Judd, congratulations. You said you were desperate to land the champions title, and you've finally done it. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's an amazing achievement for me. Is one that I've come close a lot of times. Took some tough losses in the final, so it was kind of looking that way at 3-0 down. But to beat a player as good as John in that manner, you've got to be happy with. So managed to only lose sort of a handful of frames in the whole event against some real quality opposition. So I've got to hold my head up high, and it's nice just to sort of tick off another big event.
Well, exactly. You've only dropped 5 frames all week, so fair to say you've done it in style.
Yeah, I mean it's looked sort of really comfortable on paper, but even in the first round I was 1-0 down and looking a bit under pressure. I wasn't sort of performing. Managed to scrape through that one. Played some real good stuff in my next 2 games against John. Sort of fearing the worst at 3-0 down, but just managed to sort of turn it around and get some confidence and just kind of shut him out. Played some real good match play snooker, some good safety, and sort of kept him under pressure the whole way through.
I was going to say, what were you thinking at 3-0 down? Because obviously you were coming into the final off the back of 16 successive frames. So what were you thinking when John made the strong start that he did?
To be honest, I was just thinking that don't get smashed. Don't make sure you win a frame early on. That's all I was thinking really. I don't want to get absolutely hammered when I get to the final. So you just never settle until you win a frame. To be honest, I just don't ever feel comfortable until I get that frame on the board. And I managed to make a good break, win that frame, and then it kind of just changed a little bit. John missed balls that he wasn't missing in the first few frames, and you need that. And sort of every frame that was going by, I was getting more and more confident. And then tonight, I just played just raised my level a couple of gears and just sort of kept him quiet.
I was going to say you won 10 of the next 11 frames from 3-0 down. So to do that against any player, you've done really well. But obviously, we know the calibre of John and the esteem that he's held in. So that must make it extra special.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a really good record recently against John, and I did have that in the back of my mind, and I'm sure even though he made a good start, he would have still know that I was going to come back at him. But it's just important when you're beating these top players, just to keep the momentum, keep your foot on the gas. You don't want a player as good as John beating you and just getting that confidence back. So the more obviously I can beat him as many times as possible in a row, just the more maybe some sort of doubt will creep into his head when he's trying to get over the line against me.
Do you know how many in a row that is against him?
No, I don't.
10 in a row that was.
Is it 10 in a row?
In all competitions.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone else has probably ever won 10 in a row against someone as good as John. So he gave me some sort of real tough losses in the early part of my career, and that's sort of put me where I am today. You need those kind of losses to learn from it, and I've learned so much from playing him, having big leads against him, chucking him away, not really doing a lot wrong. So I just know that when even I have a big lead 8-4, 9-4, I've got to keep my foot on the gas, and I can't afford to lose any frames.
Well, you certainly did that, and you finally got this trophy under your belt. And where does it rank amongst all the big tournaments that you've won in your career?
I mean, this is sort of up there is one of the best, just because of what's happened over the past couple of years. It's my first one back with a crowd, and it just makes such a huge difference. I won a lot of events sort of behind closed doors, and even though they mean a lot, I think this one just ranks above all of them, and just feels like, for me, just when I was starting out and sort of just dreaming of being in finals again, it's been such a long sort of 18 months, 2 years that I've missed playing in front of crowds. This one is sort of up there towards the top.
And it sets you up very nicely heading into a very busy part of the season with the UK just around the corner, and then the Masters in January, of course.
Yeah, it's just nice to get one of the big ones out of the way early on in the season. A lot of big events still coming up, still not as many sort of events on the calendar as there normally would be, so it's just nice to get any tournament under your belt nowadays, but this one it is one of the big ones.
Well, Judd, thank you very much and many congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.